guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm going to be ranking the ghosts of Phasmophobia based off their behaviour, weaknesses and strengths. So if you haven't already, make sure to like and subscribe to watch me rate the maps and the equipment, or do anything else that is Phasmophobia related. And yeah, so the first ghost we're going to do is the Revenant. So if you've got a Revenant, there's good news and bad news. The good news is that if you can run faster than your friends, it will likely kill them instead of you. It can still kill you. When a Revenant hunts, it is very fast. But it does depend on other factors, such as the map, the room, other things like that. Some of the Revenant's weaknesses is that when you're hiding, it slows it down. So if you're hiding from a Revenant, it will slow down. So I'm gonna say Revenant. I hate them. Revenants are pretty dangerous. Because I played a professional asylum. I was lucky because the ghost was right at the entrance of the asylum, because I hate that map, it's too big. And it was a Revenant, and I hate Revenants, so I'm going to put that in S. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Demon. Demons are highly aggressive and hunt at relatively high sanity levels, but bear in mind, demons will hunt whenever they feel like it, and if your sanity is super low, then the demon can hunt very often. It might like to manifest itself. A demon is stronger when other factors can drain your sanity. And on amateur mode, demons are relatively non-violent for a long time. So if you're playing amateur, demons are going to be less violent for longer than you are professional. And of course, we can't talk about the demon without the Ouija board. If you have the Ouija board and you have a demon, the demon will not drain your sanity if you ask it a question and you get a successful response. If you fail the question, I'm pretty sure the demon doesn't drain your sanity, so that's a positive for us, but a negative for the demon. If the demon begins to hunt and you have sanity pills available, I recommend taking them. So, I think I'm going to put the demon A. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Banshee. Now, Banshees are pretty interesting, and I guess it's like hard to beat. A Banshee can only hunt one person at a time, and Banshees will not stop until it kills. So if the Banshee was hunting you and you were with friends, it would come after you. And I think it changes who it's hunting once it loses the line of sight of the person it's hunting, but I'm not 100% sure it does that, so maybe. I think I'm going to put the Banshee with the demon. That's what I'm going to do. Okay, the next is the Wraith. So Wraiths are easy to mistake and easy to very underestimate. The Wraiths ignore the walls and the doors. They can literally just zoom right through them. So if you're hiding during a hunt and you have a Wraith, you are probably going to die, because to a Wraith there is no such thing as walls or doors. Even though they don't step on the floor a lot, they can still make the sounds of footsteps. When a Wraith hunts, they do not see doors, and that includes the locker doors. So if you're in a house with lots of small rooms, if you're trying to hide, it can be very tricky. So yeah, if you have a Wraith and it's hunting you, it'll most likely find you very quickly, as it ignores doors and walls. And Wraiths are very dangerous because of that reason. So I'm going to put it up top with the Revenant. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Yurei. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Yurei. So the Yurei doesn't really have a way of draining sanity. It kind of just drains the sanity whose player is closest to them. And it doesn't need to manifest or do anything. It will just simply drain your sanity faster by existing. So if you have a Yurei, I recommend staying in the light a lot, just so you have less chance of it draining more sanity of you. They seem pretty dangerous, but I do think they seem as dangerous as the Demon or the Banshee, so I'm going to put it in B. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Jinn. So the Jinns are like top of the danger board, or half of it or something. But if you have a Jinn, I recommend taking the breaker off, because that is one of its weaknesses. If the breaker is off and it's hunting, it's slower. But if you have the breaker on and it's hunting, you are literally doomed. The ghost is like a revenant, and you can't slow it down even by hiding. So I recommend turning the breaker off, because every time I have a Jinn, I turn the breaker off. I think I'm going to put the Jinn up with... So put in S or A. I would say I'm going to put in A. Because there is advantages, you can slow it down, that's its weakness and everything. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Poltergeist. Sometimes it's pretty easy to identify a Poltergeist, because Poltergeist, they like to throw a lot of stuff around. Like, you can hear it, but sometimes you can't see it. If you see the Poltergeist throw an item, it will drain your sanity. And this could be really dangerous on bigger maps, like the asylum, prison, high school. They're all your big maps. Finding a Poltergeist can sometimes be simple. It'll like ring the phone, touch doors. I'm going to put the Poltergeist, they're easy to identify. I think I'm going to put it with the Yurei. The next ghost I'm going to rate is the Phantom. Phantoms are very, very strange, but that doesn't mean it's very easy to deal with. Phantoms drain your sanity by appearing. So if you take a photo of a phantom, it will disappear for a while. Like, it won't disappear in the game. It just won't like manifest itself, I think. Or maybe it does disappear in the game, but I don't think that's the case. They're like hard to deal with. You need to be smart and just don't let it eat your sanity. I think I'm gonna put Phantom in C. It doesn't sound that dangerous. Let us speak about the Oni. So apparently Onis are more likely to hunt when players are in groups. Onis are more active in groups than they are on your own. So apparently Onis are not as dangerous as Revenants, Demons, and Wraiths. But all of them four are really high active. I would maybe put the Oni... I wouldn't put it there because I don't think they're really that dangerous. I just think they're very active. Okay, the next we have is the Shade. So the Shade is the opposite of an Oni in every single way. Low activity, and it's even lower in groups, like we probably already know. And if you want to get your evidence, you most likely might have to be alone. A Shade is slower than the players in game. The players aren't very fast anyway. I think they should update the running, make it actually running, not like speed walking. But Shades are only dangerous because they are shy. And obviously it'll take you longer to get your objectives, but the longer you take, you're giving it time to drop your sanity slowly. So that could be pretty dangerous to make the ghost hunt, but I don't think Shades are that dangerous, so I'm going to put it with the Phantom. Next we have is the Spirit. Spirits, I don't think they have a strength, but they do have a weakness. Their weakness is the smudge stick, I'm pretty sure. It's like the Banshee. Like the Banshee's fear is the crucifix. So if you place a crucifix near a Banshee, it most likely won't hunt. But like I say, I'm no expert. I don't know, but maybe it will, maybe it won't. People say that the spirit box and ghost writing are usually easy to get if it actually is a spirit and it's not something else that has that pieces of evidence. They said if it is truly a spirit, it's easier to get the spirit box and ghost writing if it's not something else. So overall, I don't think spirits are that dangerous, and I'm going to put that in D. Now we have the Mare. So apparently the Mare is the easiest ghost to deal with once you have identified it. Mares like to be in the dark a lot, so I suggest trying to turn on lights to stay in the light as much as you can, because mares, they like to turn off the lights a lot. So if you want to stay alive, stay in the light if you have a mare. Be careful, because you might mistake a mare for a demon. Just be careful when you're doing that. Demons usually give you evidence very quickly. Mares are a little bit more shy than demons are. An active mare will not hesitate to appear often, and it will turn the lights off every time it does. If you're unsure about anything, it says leave the lights off for a bit. If they don't come back on, the mare is there. So I guess that's a way of identifying it. So yeah, that's all the ghosts identified. So if you enjoyed this video, make sure to leave a like and subscribe down below for future videos like this. And yeah guys, thank you so much for watching.